Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. So glad you're here with us in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, right on the hump. I'm Mikki, if you've not practiced with me before, and super glad to be here together today. Playlist is in the description of the class, also in the chat if you would like some music today. If you are using that, you can go ahead and press play. Hi, Amy. Yay. Glad you're here. And we're going to get started in a comfortable seat today. I'm going to recommend cross-legged, but you take a seat that feels grounding and comfortable for you. And then we're going to pop your hands out to the side onto fingertips. Sit up nice and tall. And if it's comfortable for you in this moment in your day, let's go ahead and blink the eyes to closed. And let's take a big full breath into that nose, all the way down deep into yourself. And open your mouth and let it go. Let's do that one more time. Big inhale, pulling in deeply. And open your mouth and let it release. Welcome, Lori. Glad you're here. And then start to take that breath in and out through your nose. Begin to have a sense of both your anchor, your roots, your foundation, that grounding energy of your lower body. And that uplifted, lifting, active energy of the upper body. That crown of the head reaching up toward the ceiling like it could touch the ceiling. And then let's begin to drop that right ear toward your right shoulder. We're then going to roll your chin down toward the chest, let that head fall forward, and left ear over toward your left shoulder. We're going to go back and forth there a couple times. And as you find that sort of half circle roll, right, the head staying on the front half of the body, back and forth, I want you just to try to keep your shoulders broad and the outer tips of those shoulders moving back in space so that they're not tempted to fall forward with your head. We're going to go one more time to each side. A little release for all of that text and computer head. This is my tight zone. Now, the next time you've got right ear to right shoulder, let's take one more fall of chin to chest. Move those shoulders back in space and let your head lift up right on top of your spine. From there, we're going to take those arms, reach them out to the side and up to the sky. Maybe look up toward your fingertips. And then as you exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand back behind you. I always think of like one of those old school wine openers here. Inhale back up to center. And then exhale, right hand to the ground beside you, left arm up and over into that side bend. Inhale back up. Other side, exhale, left hand, right leg. Inhale to center. Exhale, left hand into that side bend on the floor. Inhale, back up. We're going to take your two hands, bring them together overhead. Don't worry, you'll get more of that. Bring those palms down into your heart, heart to thumbs. Notice which leg is in front. We're going to start to tip back onto your sit bones, lift those legs. Little moment of boat pose. Foot high fives for everyone. And then recross other leg in front and hands to the sky. Exhale, right hand, left leg. Inhale to center. Side bend, right hand to the floor. Exhale. Inhale, bring it up. Left hand to the knee. Exhale. Back to center. Inhale. Left hand to the floor. Exhale. Inhale, back up. We're going to go through that one more time. So right hand to left knee. Exhale. Inhale up. Right hand to the floor. Exhale. Inhale up. Left hand, right knee. Inhale to center. Left hand to floor. Back on up. Inhale. One more time, we'll bring those palms together. Maybe look up. Hands are going to come down into your heart, heart to thumbs. Let's lean back onto those sit bones. Lift those legs. You've got one more moment of boat pose here. And then we'll recross that first leg back in front, which is probably your comfortable leg for rolling over into table. Maybe not. If you need to swing the legs around to the side, you can do that as well. And let's come right into hands and knees. So continuing that pacing you've begun to set for yourself today, let's feel both, again, that connection, that foundation, that rooting energy, that downward moving energy, and that upward energizing energy of the spine and the head. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly. And exhale, cat pose, dome the spine. Couple of rounds here. Balancing out the grounded nature of your energy and the active, excited, fiery nature of your energy. Usually throughout the day, we find ourselves needing a little more of one or the other, right? Sometimes we feel like we need an extra cup of coffee. And then sometimes we have too much coffee and we feel like we need to ground. So just acknowledging where you're at energetically and where you could infuse an intention of balance there. And then focusing in your movements and your breath today on either that energizing quality or that grounding quality. Let's take one more round here. Cow pose and cat pose. And then inhale into your table. Press into all of those knuckles, tuck your toes under, and let's hover those knees for a moment, just an inch off the ground. A little core awakening here. And then hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now, as you find that down dog, let's put a big old bend in that right knee and take your left heel toward the floor, straightening that left leg. And then switch, left knee bends, right heel descends. Let your head hang heavily between your arms. Let's do each side one more time. Right knee bends. And then left leg bends. And then instead of just walking in place, let's go ahead and walk yourself all the way to the front of the mat. As you get there, let those feet wiggle out a little wider than normal. Put a soft bend into your knees. Let's grab opposite elbows or arms and just allow yourself to completely drape, completely fold here. Be heavy. Head releases, arms release. A little sway of weight, right to left, left to right. And the next time you pass through center, let's put a bigger bend into your knees and roll yourself up. Inch by inch by inch. All the way to standing. At the top there, release those two arms down by your sides. Take a moment to just feel tall, but to also feel rooted. Again, can you have that sense of energy grounding down and energy lifting up? Let's wiggle those feet to hip width. Take your two hands up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands come together and let's fold. Fingers slide up your shins, halfway lift. Steady, steady breath, steady movement. Exhale, let's fold back over your legs. Inhale, rise up, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's start that same way again, but we're going to add on. Inhale, hands reach. And exhale, we fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Then we'll fold as you exhale and step that left leg back. We're going to put that back knee down on the ground. Let your shoulders stay leaning over that front knee. So your belly is pretty close to the thigh, but we're just going to take your hands and reach them back alongside the body. I want you to feel like you've put on a superhero cape here. Maybe you really need to feel like a superhero today. And then we'll inhale. Let's bring your shoulders over your hips, come upright. Then let's take your two hands up to the sky. Maybe let your eyeballs follow those fingertips. And exhale, hands come down around your front foot. Tuck those back toes if they aren't already. Lift that knee. And let's take it back. Does not need to be graceful. Just find a way. Downward facing dog. Now, if you're being kind to your shoulders today or just taking care of them, you might stay here for a couple of breaths. If you want to keep moving, let's inhale forward to plank. Let those knees come on down to the floor. Heart glides forward. Elbows point back. Exhale. Chaturanga. All the way to the belly. Untuck your toes. Activate those legs. So quads are powerful. And let's come on up, baby cobra. Now, as you find that baby cobra, let's pop your fingertips off of your mat. So you've got little gecko hands. Elbows are bent and hugging back. And then let your forehead come on down to the ground for a moment. Keep those shoulders moving toward the sky. Elbows continue to hug in and back. And then go ahead and lift that head again. Some of you might push down into the fingertips, lift the heart a little higher. And then come right back down, just like a wave here. Forehead all the way to the ground, but try not to let your shoulders collapse. How about 2 more times? You can keep it low or come up high. That's your inhale. Exhale, glide it back down. One more time. Feel what's rooting into the floor and feel what's lifting up. Right on back down. We'll slide those hands back alongside the rib cage. Index fingers pointing forward. Let's come on up into table. And back you go. Downward facing dog. As you find that down dog, let's take your right heel, drop it toward the floor. Take your left leg toward the sky. And any way that works for you, step that left foot forward between your hands. So again, we'll let that back knee come on down to the floor. We're going to keep the torso leaning forward for now. Fly that superhero cape back. Begin to hold the torso off of that front thigh so you're not just laying on the leg. With your next inhale, we'll bring shoulders over hips. Then hands up to the sky. And then exhale, hands around your front foot. Lift that back knee. Right foot steps forward to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up, reach up as you inhale. And hands to heart, exhale. Eyes steady or closed, full breath in. And exhale, full breath out. We go again. Inhale, hands go up. Exhale, bowing forward. Halfway lift as you breathe in. And then exhale, we'll fold. We'll step your right leg back first this time. We're going to keep that back knee off the ground this time, unless you prefer the back knee down lunges. We're going to start the same way. So torso stays low, hands reach back like a superhero cape. Hold your torso so it's not just laying on the thigh. Then inhale, shoulders over hips, hands to the sky. If your balance allows, look up toward the fingertips. And then exhale, hands come down around your front foot. Back we go, downward facing dog. Ask yourself, self, should I stay here or should I vinyasa? Listen to yourself. Inhale, plank pose if you'd like. Knees up or down. We'll take that chaturanga shape to the belly. We're going to take 3 of those cobras again, rising and falling. You can either keep your hands here for that traditional setup, or if you liked those little gecko hands, up to you. Let's move the shoulders onto the back body, forehead toward the floor. And then inhale, lifting to your heart's content. And exhale, gliding right back down. So 2 more at your own pace. Again, you can have hands close to the body. I'll demonstrate that. Or you can have hands wide. Keep those shoulders moving onto the back body, even as that forehead comes down toward the floor. If your hands are wide, the next time you come down, bring them back beside the ribs. Press up through table or plank. And downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky as you breathe in. And foot forward between the hands as you breathe out. So again, back knee stays lifted if you're good with that. Torso stays low, hands reach back. Feel like you're just going to propel off the mat forward at any moment. Inhale, shoulders over hips, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands around your front foot. Left foot steps forward to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Come on up, chair. Hands to heart or hands to sky, your choice. Let's start to take the heart forward, hands back. So try not to round and dome, just a long, long spine. Hands reach back. Put that superhero cape on. Shift into that right foot. And let's take that left leg and slowly step it back into your lunge. Back heel can come down if you would like, or it can stay lifted. Let's take hands to the sky, warrior one. Exhale, heart forward, hands back. 2 more times there. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, lengthening forward as those hands fly back. 1 more time. Now we're going to keep that lean, hands reaching back. You can stay here. If it's not great for your low back, hands can come to thigh and push down. That'll give you extra support. Those of you that would like to come up for flight, shift forward onto that right leg, left leg flies. Keep feeling that superhero cape in your arms. If you've got a big task ahead of you today, maybe you actually give yourself a Wonder Woman or a Superman moment. And then we're going to return to chair from wherever you're at. From that chair, root down into your heels, let your legs straighten. Inhale. And exhale, sit back into chair. All right, so keeping that spine long, we're going to start to reach that heart forward, take the hands back. Shift into that left foot. Right leg's going to lift and make that step back. And you can be as quick or as slow with that as suits you. That back heel can come to the ground. Inhale, hands go up, warrior one. Exhale, keep the spine long, lean forward, hands reach back. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, lengthen forward. 1 more time. Now, as we lean into this last one, you can stay right here. Remember to back out a little bit, take your hands to the thigh, push down. Superhero cape with 2 feet on the ground, or come on up to fly. Two more full breaths wherever you're at. And then we'll sneak back in to your chair. Root into those feet. Inhale, straighten the legs. And exhale, let's fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Fold as you breathe out. And let's make one more journey back to downward facing dog. It could be a simple stroll back. It could be one more vinyasa, plank. Chaturanga with knees down or up. Let's take just one round of cobra. You choose the hand placement. Back to belly. Through plank or table. And back you go. Downward facing dog. Let's take your feet a little wide for this down dog. Let your hips, your tail wag nice and slowly, side to side. Just like a dog. So happy with the snow. At least my dog. Hers would be a little bit quicker though. And then let's bring those feet back to hip width, and we're going to slowly lower your knees down into table. Untuck those toes. Press into the entire surface of the foot, so that shoelace portion of the foot. All 10 toes, grounding, rooting. And let's push your hips back to your heels and sit back on those heels. Now, if this is not good on your knees, we're going to come up here in a moment so you can come up to kneeling. All right. We're going to come back to this shape. So just know if this isn't good for you, that kneeling is that alternative. Now, as you come into that kneel shape, press down into knees, to shins, the tops of the feet. And let's take those arms back behind you into that superhero cape. So you can either fist the hands, just keep those hands moving back, or draw those hands together into a clasp. Okay. Shins root down, tailbone roots down, heart lifts, shoulders move back, lengthening through the crown of the head. And then just start to guide your hands closer down toward your calves. We are just going to come into this sort of preparatory work for camel pose today. If camel is in your practice and you're just like, give it to me, just give it to yourself. For those of us in this kind of preparatory shape, I want you to feel like there is a string attached to your sternum, lifting you up as much as those shins are rooting down into the floor. Let that superhero cape just billow. And then as an exhale, like you're crunching, come on up. And let's sit back on those heels if that is okay for your knees. Okay. I'm going to give you two options for a twist here. So those that it's okay to sit like this, you're going to sit on those heels. Let's take left hand outside your right thigh, right hand either on the ground behind you or on your hip. Those of you that kneeling is the better option, right hand back, left hand forward with that left hip pulling back. Whichever version that you're in, I want you to feel that platform, that foundation beneath you. And then let's come back to center. If you're fully down, hands to the sky. If you're kneeling, hands parallel and forward. And then we will take right hand outside left leg, left hand behind us, or right hand forward, left hand back. Feeling both that downward moving energy and upward moving energy within the shape. One more breath here. Hands forward or up, depending on where you're at. And then we'll let the hands come to the ground in front of us, back into that table shape. We're going to swing your legs around, sit bones to the floor, legs out in front of us, soles of the feet together, knees open. Heels as close to the body as is comfortable here today. And let's sit up nice and tall. As though there's a wall right behind your back. Feel the outer shoulders, the outer tips of your shoulders moving back toward that wall. Allow the back of the head to gently press back as though it's making contact with that wall. Can you feel equally long up all four sides of your neck? And can the tailbone, the bottom of your pelvis, root down as much as the crown of your head is lengthening up? Hands to outer legs, help gently press those legs together. Bring those knees in. Let's grab onto the backs of your thighs, gently ease yourself down onto your back. And as you come down onto the back, we're going to bring those knees in. Let the knees go wide, the big toes come together, and you can either just hold your legs into the body like this. If you would like to take that happy baby, start to kick the low leg to the sky, and you can hold behind the knees, around the ankles, or the pinky edges of your feet. Allowing yourself to just be a happy baby for a moment here without any of the demands and complexities of adulting. That might be a little rocking side to side. You might blow some raspberries. Noticing if there's any additional pose or movement or shape that you would really like to tuck into your practice in the middle of your day. And if something comes to mind, just take some time for it. And then when and as you're ready, we're going to end up settling into our Shavasana today. That's traditionally king size bed to yourself pose, right? Just spread out, get comfy. But I want you to give yourself here any shape that just allows you to be at rest for a moment, to linger in that place of laying in a field or per yesterday's snow, right? Maybe that childhood play of just laying in a field of snow, making snow angels. Can this be really simple? Can it be uncomplex? Here, right now, you are breathing in, you are breathing out. You are allowing yourself to be held by the ground. You are also allowing yourself to exist in the air and the space around you. In this simplicity, allow yourself to take rest. Nice thing of these home practices is you can stay as long as you need here today. So if you need more time, just stay in your space, just stay in your stillness and your rest. But if you are ready to begin that transition into your day, allow the breath to deepen here. Over time, allow those feet to reconnect to the ground, bending knees. And making that gentle, easy journey back up to a comfortable seat as you're ready. Hands together in front of your heart, taking the space and whatever you cultivated in your practice today with you as a gift to yourself and everyone you connect with in your day. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope that gave you what you needed to slide through the rest of your week. I appreciate you all being here so much. We'll be back at it Saturday morning at 10 a.m. with Jamie, and Monday night with yours truly. Information for supporting classes in the description, the usual Venmo and PayPal. And I hope to see you all very soon. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Thanks, Cheryl. Thanks, Jerry. Good, Jade. I'm so glad. Thanks for being here. Carissa, thank you. Miss you. Heidi, thank you. It was good to see you here. Have you here with us. All right, everyone. Peace to you and yours. See you soon.